Kojeri here, welcome to this video. Welcome. Hopefully you hear me and see me okay. Um, Let me know, in fact, if you're here live or if you're just watching a replay. I just put it in this extra live session today just to give some feedback because I do realize that ideally our next onboarding Teams call, which is going to be for the beta testers, it will be probably next Tuesday, unless you guys all confirm with me that you can do it tomorrow at the same time. We might be able to squeeze it in instead, as most of you already have done the work. And today I'm gonna just use maybe one example just to kind of like tell you exactly how do we give results, how are we able to give a personalized coaching, and why personalized coaching online really works when it comes to be able to really give you the things that you're supposed to do and how we do that, right? Now, first and foremost, I do see a 100% so far follow-up rate when it comes to the beta tester, which tells me that if you really serious about changing, probably this setup is one thing that you want to be doing, right? We recreating our course, our main website, and we're gonna basically leave the foundation as a marketing assets, meaning like you will see, going around our foundation, the whole website, at least the first iteration, for you to be able to really learn the things that you're supposed to be learning if you're already over 40 and if you don't know why you're not getting results. You will get that almost as a byproduct, and you'll get that probably at some point even free, just for you to be able to learn stuff. As you come into my ecosystem, then it's time to actually do the work, right? We have here six, or I believe 6, 7 beta testers so far, and they're all doing fantastic. And then we have instead the the challenge, the summer challenge, which we have a lot less signups that I wanted to. And to be all honest with you, all y'all, it's like 5 days less. If we're not getting what we want, we're still gonna honor the sign up, and I'm gonna basically give them an intensive personalized again versus doing the challenge that I wanted to do it because again, it's the summer. If you don't really care about signing up, and it's like I try to give you the best thing I could, man, best of luck. I mean, what should I do? It's like it's really something is a no-brainer to actually do it something like that altogether. It was gonna be fun. It doesn't look like it's gonna happen on the setup that I wanted. That's fine. We're gonna have a lot of mini challenges again, but I really urge you, if you're in this group, you see in this, if you in this group, you see in this video right now, and you're not willing to take any action at all, leave the group. Seriously, this is not by any means a message for active clients or even prospects which are doing the work. But it's tons of people in here which are not doing anything, and really, it's like, what are you doing? Just use this time for something. Go eat, go spend time with your family, just do something that makes sense to you instead of just going online and learning, you know never like before. Even as my own thing, as I'm trying to correct my sleep, as I'm trying to improve my own habits and behavior, and as there are impacting, that's the stress which I have, which I documented several times, impacts me a lot, and I'm doing a lot to fix it. It's like not never like now before I realized that when you want to get healthy, when you want to get in shape, if you have any goal at all, it's not a given. It's not gonna be given to you. You need to do the work. And getting healthy, getting in shape, losing 10 kilo, getting a bikini is not something you can just do like some random, like how do you call it, like some when you work only part-time. You actually need to do it, right? And this is why I really like the way that the beta testers are taking this seriously, because I'm seeing very much what I like to call the work being done in a certain way. And again, that's only happening if you actually doing the work, right? So why do I wanted to emphasize this? Because like the beta test is still open for you to come in. And this thing again is done, it's totally 100% free, with the only caveat that you need to invest a 200 euro deposit for you to actually care enough, like these people are doing, to actually do the work. Because the reality is that if you finish the course, then you give me a testimonial, potentially you can get the deposit back, or you can allocate it towards something which I give you more of, amounts of coaching, whatever you want. or some extra stuff if you are already in the course. But then if you don't finish it, then you lose the deposit. Why? Because like, or if you don't do it the way it's done, because that's how things are. Like this is how everything should be framed. If you use motivation and the motivation is for you a deposit, is some money that is going to allow you to actually do stuff for free, then it's a good motivator and it's going to allow you to do the work. If you don't want to do anything, like much of the times that I see here inside this group, even when the challenges are totally free and only for like 10% of people doing it, or even 5, which are usually the people that are already in the program, then you shouldn't really be here. That's the reality. Is like that you don't really want to get in shape. You say that you want, but you don't do the work. You don't do what is needed for you to actually get in shape. Simple as that. Now, going back to the beta test itself, I'm saying this because you can join, and if you want to join it, like all you have to do is comment beta test. It's really a new way for you to see the information because like I'm holding you accountable step by step. You can testify those of you that are already in the program and are taking this. And also it's gonna be a easy way to kind of like show you how to customize things. But why personalized should be the way? Simply because, and how do you do it online? Online, there is a bunch of like tons of coaching and programs or things that you keep seeing. Never really going to the level of personalization you need, especially if you are over 40 or if you have a unique issue, like it could be insulin resistant, it could be post-pregnancy or menopause. Um, and of course, there is two ways to give this personalization. And of course, we combine it in a way. Number one, you look at the inside of the body when you take blood testing, when you take BIA, bioelectrical impedance, which bioelectrical impedance will give you something that you can predict. And then, lab usually is always kind of like too late when you discover something in your blood. Then you only can cure, you don't really fix it from up front. But then we use all these things like, quizzes or, biofeedback or lifestyle, or things that I'm actually observing as we speak. And that's going to give me the best possible scenario to be able to, with experience, to be able to tell you, yeah, you should do this versus you should do that. If you believe I can do a good work with that, and if you're here and you keep watching my content, chances are there is something that tells you that I could, then it's how we give you the personalization. And now we're going to use, for example, um, let's use one person that, and again, this is basically what we'll do in the onboarding, but we'll use Francis, for instance, that she did every single post exactly to the point so far, and she's also been with us for a few months at this point. So I can just go back, and it's still an onboarding, but it will basically be kind of like another, almost like another prescription, right? As I'm opening up, and again, I won't be able to share this mostly because Facebook Lives now they don't allow third-party apps, so I cannot just really show. But if you come to the Zoom, this is basically what we'll do. When we give this personalization, this is simple. This is why exactly what we do. It's like we go and we look at the sleep, we look at the body weight that is shifting, we look at biofeedback, like she shared with me that she's battling sometime with bloating. We look at measurements, which are in the moment going really well. They're going all the way down. They're going all the way down. Hip waist. That tells me that even if weight is not necessarily changing, she's definitely improving. So whatever we're doing, it works. So the almost like eat less and the stress less approach that we took, it does work. Looking at back at what she scored here inside her quiz, and the quiz is only one of the things that we do as far as assessment. Um, Let me find her here. She overall scored 42%. When you're less than 40%, chances are you need some metabolic rehab. But she also scored 30% on the sleep and circadian rhythm. She scored 44% on lean body mass. So we know that we need to really introduce strength and hypertrophy kind of training. So she will need to basically make lean muscle tissue, despite that impacting maybe a little bit of weight. Yet when let's say you weight 1 kilo more, but then the measurements are getting smaller, then you are looking at a huge improvement in lean body tissue, and also we probably better hydration as well. Hormonal shifting is going on here. There is only a 25%. So, in all fairness, while despite we're going towards a stressless approach and we're including strength training as she also recovering from an injury that she got, you saying full swing perimenopause. Okay, that yeah, the hormonal shifting part that could be exactly what I was talking about. I'm trying to find that category and see what's going on. More energy beside losing weight. What most important to solve? Okay, more energy, improve my sleep. Yeah, okay. Again, when you improve the more energy part and improvement of sleep, and you know you can. It seems like you can control the cravings here, which is good. Um, you dieted several times, so that's definitely. I always say whenever you diet before, you do pay the interest in life. I mean, there is only so many things your body can, sustain. But then, basically, going back, this is what we doing. So there are components. I'm not saying like you should go back and look phase one, which I just finished building inside a program now. But as you're gonna get your, as I'm already texting with you, Francis, that I'm gonna put back some of the training when it comes to exercise, and I want you to keep all the rest the same. You also want to look into the sleep module and also the stress module, and probably that the energy will be a byproduct. The energy will be a byproduct, and then as we regulate your system from the inside out, then the clothes part, the clothing part, looking better and feeling better inside of yourself, that will be a byproduct because the everything is gonna regulate itself. So that would be what we do with you. I'm looking at as we speak right now. So unless you're telling me that your cravings are not under control, I wouldn't change much the calorie and energy level so far. I would include the exercise. I'm gonna see if you texted me, and then I'm gonna see what go from there. And basically, from what I'm seeing here, I'm looking at your post one more time. Everything is done really well. You have 1800 calorie like that. We can go anywhere from 16 to 18 as we speak. It seems like potentially we could also raise it, no problem. You have to just let me know how you're going with cravings. For the rest, the quiz is good. You are in intermediate for when it comes to the chronotype or morning, evening, kind of like the sleep MEEQ. That means like as soon as you wake, chances are, if you have the ability to do so, you wanna probably have exercise at that time. Even if you do it before breakfast, would even be better. But again, it's something that we can talk about. I know for a lot of people is a lifetime shift, but that would probably allow you to even regulate better. Aside from that, um, what did I wanted to say? Because I remember having something on my mind right now. Aside from that, everything else seems to be relatively as we talked. Then yeah, the snacking habits. That's something that I know that what was impacting you. And again, it's all a matter of if you're ready to possibly change that pattern and try to see less snacked and more of a really even bigger meal, if anything, and see what happens. You want to be 24%, so it's 20%. Yeah, it's close to 12 kilograms. That's good. Very supportive environment, so that's good. The only big thing that's going on is the menopause, and again, or perimenopause, and that means like it's a season of life. That means it's something that is you have to be taken as much as was when there is puberty. So it's really about signals and component and symptoms that you will have, and you want to basically be um, targeting those and not really the root cause. The root cause is like, it's menopause or perimenopause. And so what that means is that as these things progresses, it's just like you want to be treated as a season of life, and you're basically going to have to look a lot more food quality versus just energy level. But aside from that, there is also a full guide of, you know, it's more towards menopause, not perimenopause. But if you're interested, just comment for me down below guide, so I remember to send it to you over to you, because that's something that we just give away like that. It's like a perimenopause guide. Aside from that, that's an example of what the onboarding will look like. You did an amazing job, and as I see every other person also completing that. If you're inside the beta test, I'll send you a message later. The metabolic rehab phase one is done. As you'll see, that phase is more so of a tool, using tool kind of thing, meaning like there are going to be guides of sleeping, of stress. And again, if you don't rebalance your metabolism, doesn't, and if you don't graduate from doing that, from the meditation, from whatever, you won't be able to achieve phase two, which is basically the fat loss phase, which everybody wants. Everybody's after that. But if you don't progress from phase one, then you don't get phase two. And the issue with that is that when I see it, and I just saw a poll that I just made, and this was mostly to understand how can I help you better. Uh, this is for all. Seems to be like breaking the weight plateau is still a problem for a lot of people. I see also ex clients which are now went on their own that I'm still struggling, and this is what I always say: it's like it's not about just losing 2 kilos and then gain it back and then you're back to phase one. It's just like really, let's see how your body reacts, let's see how your body works. And then after maybe 3 months, 6 months, a year, then maybe you're ready to go on your own. And again, this is kind of like what I see all the time. When you don't break the weight plateau, you're in phase one. So you need to really graduate from sleeping better, from shifting your hormone in a certain way, from regaining the energy, and then you can graduate from to phase two. And phase two usually allows you to really have a journey in our beta test, which is either a journey from the last 10 kilos or the 10 kilo and above, which is essentially very different to tackle. Yet it can be tackled on a very predictive way, and therefore this is usually what we do very well. And then if you want, just go inside and check the phase one. You can go through all the modules and let me know if everything is clear. And again, that phase one is very much on a optimization matter, meaning like I will say on the onboarding to you, all of you, you need that specific module of phase one. Just go there and graduate, post about your meditation, post about your sleep, post about this. And that's something that you do now for the rest of your life. It's not something that you just do for one stage. Even when you get to stage two, you still need to keep the habit. This is why we keep doing mini challenges like water challenge, like protein challenge, not for you to do it for a week and win 50, $25 or whatever. It's for you to actually create a habit and keep it for the rest of your life, right? It's as simple as making stuff super easy for you. So, with this being said, I hope this give you not only a overview of what we do with our clients, but also what the beta test will look like. It's the it's a no-brainer for you to actually come and do the work. If you don't think you can do something for 3 months, then don't put down a deposit because that, or meaning don't even text me because I don't think I don't think it's something that you want to be doing. Again, it's not health is not something you do for a week. You want to be serious about it. With this being said, it's very flexible. I just went to a colleague of mine that is keep watching on my my internal level, and he told me it's like you lost about maybe a kilo from fat and you gain 1 kilo of muscle. We can do that with a BIA. He told me you should have lost about 10 kilo, and you didn't because there is all this stress component. So it's quite frustrating. But he gave me specific food choice. That's food that I almost like a prescription that I have to make. You guys, 90% of you don't need that shit. Like all of you can actually do it with a threshold of carbohydrates, not 20 grams. No, it's a threshold of carb, anywhere from 60 to 150 to 200, whatever. A lot of you can still have some alcohol and get away with it. You can still get some dessert. You just fucking need to do the work. And it's mind blowing to me that a lot that people I put down a post. Do you want to break the weight plateau? Yeah, you have like 50 comments. You give them a guide, and half of them don't even answer, don't even open the guide because I can see who consumed the guide. It's ridiculous. And I'm saying like, get serious about your health. There will be a time, and God bless you not. But there might be a time that this comes a as impacts like sleep is impacting me right now, which is crashing a lot of my relationship, which is messing up with not only the way I live, but a way that And there will be a time that you have to do it. It's not like a can I can do it. You have to. You have to improve. And for I want don't want to say 90%, but a good majority of you, you can fix it because if it wasn't, I wouldn't just get those texts. Like a lot of you text me, oh, I can do it later. It's like, oh, then it's not really important for you. 20 kilos, yeah, it's gonna make you more confident, but it's not really important. When you get a blood lab telling you you're insulin resistant, shit, now you have to do it, or you will develop diabetes. So I heard you that if you're serious about it, do the work. If you're not serious about it, leave the group. If you want me to help you, just take these things like that, which are free like now. Yeah, of course, you have to commit a little bit because you know what? If you don't commit, how can I commit? And I don't want the 6 people inside the beta test to have an environment or somebody else that just say, I want to kind of do it, but I'm not really doing it, right? It's crazy the amount of like, it's almost like double, triple the attention that the beta tester gets versus, meaning like that express in terms of like accountability than just, versus pretty much everybody else. And it's crazy because like, yeah, yes, all of them are clients except for Norma so far, but all of them are already clients, so they have already a little bit the mindset. But it's crazy because there is a portion of other clients which are working with me, which are getting amazing results. It's great. Maybe it's not their cup of tea to post all the time, which is okay. But then it's like shows me that I don't need. And again, this is good news for everybody. You don't need maybe a program of 3 to 6K or whatever for you to actually get results, unless you want to work with me one to one. But you can also work one to many, which is a little bit more affordable if you're ready to do the work. And now, if you don't actually take up a beta test, which is free, aside from something for you, like you have to commit with a deposit, then I mean, how the hell are you gonna do the work when you have to pay for it, right? Like, but again, then it's not like maybe it's not something you want to do, and choices and freedom. Obviously, choices are you should be free to choose. But again, I'll just tell you, like there will be times that you have to do the work for your own health, and you don't want to be in that position. I'm telling you, it's much harder when you have to than when you can do the work. With this being said, I hope this give you an overview of what we're doing. I wasn't able to share, not because I don't want, just because Facebook again, I cannot share the screen. I don't know what they're doing with this all live thing. They don't allow third-party app, at least not easily, and they not putting out any new stuff on their own thing, so which is kind of stupid in my opinion. It's like they if they want to make a better product, they should, but they should give an option for people to have a. Facebook is predicated on user experience, and it's shitty experience to be able to not be able to share the screen for that. So I hope they improve that situation. Aside from that, this should have gave you one example of what we do, how to personalize, and why personalization is the key. There is no you're thyroid deficient, then eat this. There is no 5 amazing foods for insulin resistant. There is no you dieted 100 times, now you need to do keto. No, there is nothing like that. It's personalized, and we go in twofold. And again, this is basically what we're gonna do inside the onboarding. If you're watching this, today is 25th of June. There is an option that I might be able to do it tomorrow at 8:30. If not, we already have next Tuesday a date for 8:30 for all the other beta testers, whoever can make it. I will be on Zoom and I will give everybody a prescription whether you're there or not. I highly suggest you make it because if you have questions, then you can respond. This is how a one-to-many program would work. So no, and again, for those of you that you are beta tester, but you also in the program, if you are in a one-to-one plan still, then we still have that option. But otherwise, one-to-many, that's how it works. I won't make any extra time for that simply because that's the setup I want to put the beta test on in such a way that not only that you're proving my points, you're doing much better work when you're in a group than when you're one-to-one. For some of you, one-to-one is always an option, but one-to-many is even a better option for those that are that can that have that setup. So I highly suggest that you come in that thing. Let me know if you can tomorrow. I can probably make time. Aside from that, hopefully that give you a very specific overview on how we give results. When you see all this before and after, people saying, "Oh, this group, this program was amazing because it was flexible, because I could eat this, I could eat that." You know what? It's just like that's kind of like what you see after. But getting there, there is of course the you need to put the effort. But aside from that, it's much more flexible and more scientifically driven than most of the thing that you see online. And I highly suggest that you comment beta test and you commit, because the beta test again is evergreen so far for the next couple of months. Therefore, you can start it and you can be put inside the same group as well. The caveat that you need to do the work. I won't have any. I will have zero tolerance for those of you that pretends that finish, and I can easily see that you haven't consumed the content and then wanting to deposit back. So if you're not serious about it, don't do it. But if you are, do it, because you see already the difference between the much of the accountability and the effort that a lot of you, in fact, that all you beta testers are expressing at the moment. You're doing amazing, and thank you so much for being that committed. I will see you all in the onboarding, and keep voting for that poll, because it's gonna allow me to give you a lot more free content and a lot of better supportive things towards whatever you're struggling with. With this being said, hopefully you have an amazing night. Talk to you soon.